Good afternoon I dedicate to all of you, or even good day if you happen to watch this video in some other time rather than afternoon. So we have come to the 6th week of this semester, so I hope all of you are still in the extra energetic mood to overcome all the stuff given to you in order to accomplish given tasks and assignments well. For today's lesson, we are going to look at the most important part in sustainable development, which is the pillar that supports towards achieving sustainable development. I think you have been exposed to these pillars for many times before, yeah? Alright, without wasting too much time, let us start our lesson for topic 5 right now. Okay class, before we proceed to our lesson, as usual, we are going to look at the syllabus content or the topic outlines for today's lesson. So A. Economic growth in sustainable development. B. Environmental protection in sustainable development. C. Social progress in sustainable development, followed by the basic concept of sustainable and ecological footprints. At the end of this topic, students should be able to understand economic growth, environmental protection, social progress, and also concept of sustainable and ecological footprints. Also, students will manage to identify the pillars of sustainable development. There are 3 pillars of sustainable development, in which you already being exposed to it many times before, which are the social, environment, and also economy. Describe each pillar within the context of sustainable development. Describe what is ecological footprints, including example of measures related to ecological footprints, as well as its relationship with sustainability. But class, for this week, we are only going to look at the pillars, the pillars on economy and also environmental protection. So we keep social progress and the basic concept of sustainable and ecological footprints for next week. Okay class, according to a legitimate source, there are approximately 7.8 billion population in the world in March 2020. More population means more resources needed to meet their demand, straining the environment and social support system, as well as the need for economic expansion. At present, several indicators point to unsustainability, notably unequal of wealth and rampant poverty. In example, a third of the world population are poor with limited access to energy, water, or food. Hence, we want to find ways on how to make condition of the human population better, as well as to sustain the condition for the future generation. So we have 3 pillars that we see important to be taken care of in order to support sustainable development. Throughout the whole semester, we will see that these 3 pillars shown in the slide, respectively the environment, economy, and social matter, are the important supporters of sustainable development. Goals are being created to fulfill these 3 pillars too, Let's take a look at next slide. So 3 main pillars of sustainable development. It is also called domains or concepts or dimensions of sustainability. So as you can see here, we have social, environmental, and economic. Do you still remember what kind of model is this? It's obvious, it's a three-leg stool model. So more specifically, economy is being called economic viability, and then environment is environmental protection, and social is social equity. Sustainable development requires that the social condition has to be acceptable and equitable, meaning to say fair. And then the environmental condition has to be acceptable and viable, can be done or will be successful. And the economic condition has to be equitable and viable, both, yeah. Alright, now let's take a look at the in detail explanation of each pillar. So for the first pillar, which is social, so the social pillar focuses on balancing the individual's needs with the need from a group through supporting initiatives like peace, education, reducing poverty, and social justice. For number 2, environment. A healthy ecosystem provides vital goods to humans and other organisms. In order to preserve their ecosystem, we should keep in mind that natural resources are limited and thus protect the planet from harmful exploitation. This pillar supports initiatives such as renewable energy, sustainable agriculture, anti-pollution initiatives, recycling act. Okay, you can see for pillar number 1 and number 2, you can see that they are mentioning about initiatives, yeah. So in order for us to achieve sustainable development using this pillar, which is via social and environment, we should take care of the solutions or the implementation of initiatives, yeah. So it's clear, right? And then for number 3, the third pillar, which is economic. So in order to reach a global sustainable economic model, an equitable distribution and allocation of resources should be implemented. Therefore, companies should use their resources in a responsible way to generate long-term benefits and establish stable profitability. This pillar focuses on ensuing economic growth without harming the long-term success of the company. So there must be balance, yeah, in terms of using the resources and then distribute these resources, and then at the same time they have to take care of the management of the resources, something like that. As you can see from the explanation, all 3 pillars, namely the economy, social and environment, helps or in this manner we call supports toward achieving sustainable development, and at the same time without them each field will also face disaster, yeah. Okay, next one for economic, environmental and social. So as you all know, UN, United Nations, already imposed 17 goals of sustainable development for the nation to take action towards it, yeah. So these are all the goals here. I bet you all already go through each one of it during the first topic, right? So as you can see here, all of these seven goals are actually related to either economic, environmental or social. Okay, for example, goal number 7, to ensure access to affordable, reliable, sustainable and modern energy for all. Goal number 8, to promote inclusive and sustainable economic growth, employment and decent work for all. Goal number 9, to build resilient infrastructure, promote sustainable industrialization and foster innovation. And then goal number 12, ensure sustainable consumption and production patterns. Goal number 16, to promote just, peaceful and inclusive societies. Meanwhile, for goal number 17, revitalize the global partnership for sustainable development. Next one, environmental part. We can see that goal number 6, 7, 12, 13, 14 and 15 are included in environmental field. Okay. or environmental pillar. Yeah? Okay, for goal number 6, to ensure access to water and sanitation for all. Goal number 7, to ensure access to affordable, reliable, sustainable, and modern energy for all. Goal number 12, to ensure sustainable consumption and production patterns. Goal number 13, to take urgent action to combat climate change and its impact. Goal number 14, conserve and sustainably use the oceans, seas, and marine resources. So this is about marine, yeah. And then goal number 15, sustainably manage forest, combat desertification, halt, and reverse land degradation, halt, biodiversity loss. And then the next one for social, we have goal number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 10, 11, 12, and 16. 12, consumption, production. Oh yeah, so for goal number 12, it is also included in economic, yeah? See here, over here. So, for goal number 1, to end poverty in all its forms everywhere. I bet this is very popular among all of you. Goal number 1. And then number 2, to end hunger, achieve food security, and improve nutrition and promote sustainable agriculture. So number 2 is actually related to number 1 as well. And then number 3, ensure healthy lives and promote well-being for all ages. Goal number 4, to ensure inclusive and quality education for all and promote lifelong learning. Number 5, to achieve gender equality and empower all women and girls. Goal number 7, to ensure access to affordable, reliable, sustainable, and modern energy for all. And then goal number 10, to reduce inequality within and among countries. Goal number 11, make cities inclusive, safe, resilient, and sustainable. Goal number 12, to ensure sustainable consumption and production patterns. Oh, this one also got goal number 12, yeah? So goal number 12 is universal. It is in economic, environmental, and also social. Remember, yeah, goal number 12. And then goal number 16, to promote just, peaceful, and inclusive societies. So if you can, I hope that you can memorize all of these 17 goals, yeah? It's very important for this course. Next one, in the last decade, the United Nations or UNESCO, through Agenda 21, if you still remember what is Agenda 21, for culture, aided culture or cultural vitality as the 4th domain of sustainable development. United Cities and local governments, culture, 4th pillar of sustainable development. So all the domains are interconnected, yeah. So this means that not only 3 pillars, but we actually have 4 pillars. But the 4th one is not that popular. But we are still going to look at it. So sustainability, enough for all, forever. Yeah? So sustainable community. What is sustainable community in economic perspective? So Kingston focuses on strengths and opportunities for a vibrant, diverse, and dynamic economy which attracts all, retains businesses and skilled employees, contributes to global knowledge, incubates innovation, and brings new goods and services to market. So what are the roles of community in economic to sustain the economic growth in achieving sustainable development? So this is the elaboration, yeah, for economic. So what are the roles in environment? While all pillars have equal standing within the Sustainable Kingston Plan, without a healthy environment, the human pursuits of economy, society, and culture cannot be sustained. By placing prerequisite importance on the protection and restoration of our natural environment, we enable the ecology of which each of us are a part to thrive and continue to provide enjoyment and sustenance for Kingstonians. Okay, next one, take a look at social. The social equity pillar will help social agencies and residents to raise awareness about social needs and to engage both citizens and community partners to plan and act in response to those needs. The end result will be to improve the well-being of the whole community. Okay, for cultural, last but not least, the fundamental objective of any sustainable community is the promotion of human well-being through enhancing both quality of life and quality of place. Next one, we are going to look at the economic growth. So economic growth in sustainable development. So the goal or the objectives are opportunities for growth, the increase of gross domestic product and benefits, system stability and security, green jobs and eradication of unemployment, the prevention of practices which misuse of resources, and number 6, regulation of overexploitation and harmful externalities. So what is green job, yeah, guys? So green job is work in agricultural, manufacturing, research and development or R&D, administrative and service activities that contribute substantially to preserving or restoring environmental quality. So, in order to have both economic development and sustainability, fair trade, debt eradication mechanism to ensure that everyone gets his or her due reward and resources must be in place. However, using GDP or gross domestic products here is not suitable as sustainable development measure since it does not reflect social inequality and overexploitation of resources. So gross domestic product, abbreviated as GDP, is actually the total value of goods and services produced in a country. GDP is measured over a specific time frame such as a quarter or a year. As an economic indicator, it is used worldwide to show the economic health of a country. That is why that we use GDP to indicate our economic growth. Next one, environmental protection in sustainable development. So protection of ecosystems and biosphere analogous parts of other planets occupied by living organisms. Increased quality of water, land and air, better management of waste and pollution, respect and protection for all species including flora, fauna and marine species, measures to ensure resource sustainability and harmony, and then protection of marine resources. So all of these points are very straightforward, yeah. The environment is a crucial pillar due to dire or terrible condition of the earth as a result of human activities. Climate change and global warming, deforestation, loss of biodiversity and desertification are among the important environmental issues that meet high tension. So what is desertification, you guys? It is the process by which fertile land becomes desert, typically as a result of drought, deforestation or inappropriate agriculture. So that's all for today. So as usual, please take care and stay safe, yeah?